Very warm welcome to WsCube Tech. So guys, in our previous session we have covered what are pandas. In our today's session we will be talking about what are data structures and series in our pandas. To understand first of all data structure, let's have a look on the definition of a data structure. So over here it says that the best way of think about pandas data structure is to think of a container. So suppose if this is a container, over here the data frame, there are two things over here we will be learning about data frames. So in data structures we have data frames and we have series. And then we also have a scalar data, but that is not a part. But just scalar data is a singular data, and with the help of singular data we form series, and with the help of series we form data frames. So we have data frames, they are formed by series, and a series is formed by a scalar data. So this is how this is how basically pandas work. Now what are data structures over here? For example, data frame is a container for series, series is a container for scalars. You would like to be able to insert and remove objects from these containers in a dictionary like a fashion. So we can add data to it, we can remove data from it. Data structure is nothing but different types of data that we can work on with the help of pandas. Talking about series over here, so in this session we will be talking about series, and in our next session we will be talking about the data frame. So series, what are panda series? Panda series are one-dimensional arrays. That means we can only have one single column over here. One column would be of indexes which will be auto-generated, but one column over here would be what? It could be anything. Suppose it is a name of a person, okay, or if you want the index to be the name of the person, that could also be done over here. That index could be a name of a person and column could be their age or their let's say the gender, or let's say the student's grade or the fee that the student has paid. So it could be anything. Another column could be anything, but there could be only one column other than the index. That is called as what? Series. So series only has one column. And the data type over here could be integer, string, float, or any Python objects over here. The access labels are collectively called as index. That means this one, the first label over here will be called as index. This can be created by us, so it can be computer generated, or we can also give the index values. Panda series is nothing but a column in an Excel sheet. So in an Excel sheet we have different columns. For example, if I talk about the school's data, the school data can have name, class, okay, so let me just spell it correctly, and class, and it could have a roll number, or roll number. After that it could be the student fee, or different categories could be there. Now what would be the series? Series would be only the column of name, or only the column of class, or only the column of roll number, or only the column of, let's say, fees or marks, or only a single column of anything could be our panda series. So object supports both integer and label based indexing. That means you can create a you can work on indexes like 0, 1, 2, 3, or you can create your own indexes by giving them any name or anything what you want to give it to it. Okay, and it provides a host of methods for performing operation involving the index. That means you can perform the different methods which can involve index, whether it is defined by you or it is defined by the computer. Now we have understood that what basically series is. Now let's create a series inside our PyCharm as well. So you can work for pandas, you can work on PyCharm, or I would also recommend Jupyter Notebook, because Jupyter Notebook has a very good user interface. So if you want, you can use Jupyter Notebook, or if you want to continue using PyCharm, you can continue using PyCharm as well. So first of all, to create a panda series, first of all we need to import the Python pandas package. For that I'll be opening command prompt over here. So as soon we open command prompt, we need to write pip install pandas. The spelling is wrong over here. We will be writing pandas. So I'll be writing pip install pandas, and requirement already satisfied for me. In your case it will be downloaded. Once we have imported pandas over here, what we need to do, we need to simply write import pandas, and as soon as you import pandas and run it, if there is so if the pandas package has been installed, there won't be any error over here, and if it is not installed, you will receive an error over here. And you can now create an alias, that you can create a small alias for as pd, as we created for numpy. So for numpy we created np. Simply here you can create pd. Now to create a series over here, you can create a list. For example, I have a list called as inside a I have the student fee. For example, the student has 2000, 4000, one of them has paid 3000, one of them has paid again 2000, one of them has paid 4000 and 5000 and 3000. Okay. Now if I want to create a series over here, all I need to do is write, I'll be creating a variable for let's say s is equals to pd dot series, and here I can pass a, and let's print S here, and as soon as I run it, I'll get the output in this way. So series has been created which has the indexing that is automatically generated, and the indexing starts from 0 over here, and all the values that we have given are over here. So you can create the series with the help of a list, or you can also use a dictionary over here. For creating from a dictionary, you can create a dictionary A is equals to, here you can provide with the student's name as well. So I can give let's say John, who has paid let's say 2000. Then so John will become index over here and 2000 will become the column over here. So I can put a comma, and then we have Peter. Peter has paid let's say 3000. Then we have Lisa, who has paid let's say 2000 again, and then we have David, who has paid 2500. Okay, and if I run it again, so the output would look like this, that right now the index is John, Peter, Lisa and David, and the columns over here are 2000, 3000, 2000 and 2500, and this is how I can create the columns as well. Now if I talk about the list over here again, so suppose I'll just put the list over here back again, and we will be trying the different functions over here. So if you want to create an index over here, for creating an index, what you can do, you can write index is equals to, and you can pass a list. So how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can write over here A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D, comma, E, comma, F, comma, G. And now if I run it, we'll be seeing that the index over here has been changed from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay. So this is how you can change the index based on whatever you want. You can give the names. If you want to give a name over here, you can give a name. If you want to give anything in the format of a string or in the format of an integer, you can give whatever you want. You can so your index is totally up to you, that whatever index you want to give, you can pass over here. Similarly, there are different functions over here. For example, if you want to find the maximum value over here or a minimum value over here, so for that what you can do, you can write s dot max, and if I run it, I'll be getting the maximum value over here, that is 5000. And similarly, if I talk about the minimum value, for that I'll be writing print s dot min, and as soon as I run it, I'll be getting the output as 2000. So 2000 is the minimum value. Similarly, we have a method of head and tail. Head and tail over here will give you the starting values and the ending values. So suppose if I want to receive the starting values, suppose right now so we have a very small data, but if we have a huge data, in that case this function comes in an action. So if I write s dot head, and you can provide with how many starting values you want. Suppose if I want 3 starting values, then in that case it would give me A, B, C, that is 2000, 4000 and 3000. And if simply I want the last 3 values, in that case I'll be writing print s dot tail. The tail will give me the last 2 values or 3 values, whatever number of values you want, you can get it over here. If you don't write anything over here inside it, it will give you up to 5 data. So last 5 data you will be receiving, that is C, D, E, F, G. In this way you can get the last few data. So default value over here is 5, but if you want to receive anything less than that, in that case you can specify over here, or if you want anything more than that also, you can specify it over here. Similarly, we have another function that is called as print s dot value counts. So it will give you the counts of value, that how many times any particular value over here is occurring. For example, 2000 over here is occurring 2 times, 3000 occurring 2 times, 4000 is also occurring 2 times, and 5000 is occurring 1 time. So let's see if I run it, I'll be getting the same value or not. So 2000 over here is occurring 2 times, 4000 is occurring 2 times, 3000 is occurring 2 times, and 5000 is occurring 1 time. This is how you can apply different methods as well. So series are not that much of use comparatively than of data frame, but these are some important functions of a series and how it can be created. So basically you can use a single column for this, and you can apply these simple methods over here to obtain the different parts of the data. So I hope guys that series over here is clear to you, and how we have installed the package of Pandas is clear to you. How we can create a series with the help of a list, or we can create it with the help of a dictionary, how we can provide it with the index, how we can find the maximum and the minimum value, the starting values, the ending values, and how we can count the value counts basically over here. In our next session, we will be talking about the data frames that are there in our Pandas. So stay connected guys, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.